Like, I go to a test and I think, okay, I have an hour to take this, and normally it's half an hour. Like, I wouldn't even think that it was like the normal time. So it's kind of part of how I live now.
Well, I think Jack's got a really positive attitude. I mean, it certainly gets frustrating when you study for a long time, you know the information, then you go into a test setting, and even though he gets more time, that helps, but it's not the same, right? Testing conditions create stress, and stress makes it harder to pull information out.
Assessments that a student would have available to them to demonstrate their knowledge, whether it be, I can do this much more, I can do it better orally, while I'm still working on my writing and reading, but please allow me, if I don't convey fully what I understand in writing, please allow me to speak to you also, to enhance some of what I've written. And I know perhaps my writing is not the strongest, but I want you to know I understand the process that we've been doing.
Since when I was younger, I had to be taught stuff a certain way to be able to learn it, and it was some of the stuff that even though I was staring at test stuff from the simple stuff that you knew from way back when you're younger. So kind of that idea is I have to relearn everything, because when I was younger I wasn't necessarily taught that and retained it, because at that time I just couldn't read. English was just it was just a struggle for me.
He'll walk into a test thinking he knows the information cold, and he probably does know the information cold, but then when he goes and does a test, he'll make a mistake or something will get left out because, in testing conditions, that's what happens.
So through differentiation, through, multiple pathways to demonstrate multiple, some people call it multiple performances of how to demonstrate my knowledge.
I mean, when I take tests and quizzes or assessments so I take them in the SLD, they have pods where you take them by yourself, so that's very helpful. You get to sit there and think about your thoughts by yourself and not worry about the time, which sometimes if you're taking it in class, it's stressful because everyone else is finishing and you're in the process.
Well, I mean, the first thing he's been doing is he's been preparing for his ACTs. One of the things we did was make sure that because of his learning issues that he applied for and received extra time to take the test. So he's going to be able to do it in a space outside of the room, in where he can focus more, and he gets more time because he needs more time to process. So that will obviously help him in terms of being successful on that test.
I mean, practicing for the test, it takes forever. It'd take me about 3 or 4 days, because with plus homework during the week to be able to finish the math section. Sometimes, since I'm in school, I don't have that time, so I have to cram it in the weekend. So it's a lot harder for me to do practice and